ladies and gentlemen. Happy New Year, happy 2026. And we are back with the first Amateur League weekly tournament, which actually is not the first, it's first of 2026, but it's actually 114th. And we are looking at round 1 games between these two guys. On the left top corner in the blue colors we have Choigalaxy playing Zerg in the blue color, and he is facing WZIU, or also known as CodeineUser, which is playing Protoss in orange colors. Here on the bottom right corner, the first map they are playing on their best of 3. The round 1 of today's tournament is actually 10,000 feet, or 10,000 feet seas, as I like to call it, in reference to the Golem. And we indeed are playing on Amateur League tournament. And there comes the probe, so pylon into gateway, and the probe is scouting if there is an expansion. This expansion seems a little bit late, but yep, the Protoss player is not gonna block it for sure, the expansion. I believe the difference between these two guys, I believe, is like 400 MMR-ish, I think. Choi is like Diamond 3 and WZIU is actually Diamond 2, at least on an A, and I for sure know that WZIU could be winning me, and I'm technically higher MMR than Choi, so I'm spoiling you a little bit of possible outcome, but you know, we all like to root for underdog, and think sugarcoats here. That's a lot of people are saying that 2026 is sugarcoats. It's actually Latvian year, like year for Latvians, and it's especially told because it's told by Lithuanians actually. By the way, shout out to Coast Phoenix, hello, happy new year to you. And the Lithuanians are saying that it's really good year for the Latvians because it's horse year, or year of horse, and Lithuanians are actually calling Latvians horse heads because of map contour or whatever. It's an inner joke, it's an inside joke, there is no offense there, it's just fun stuff. Codeine, what the heck? So Choi actually sent a lot of links and Codeine didn't have a response, and he's gonna lose his pylon there. He managed to squeeze out the adept though, and protect his thing with pylon, or protect his pylon with not protect his pylon particularly, but with the probes anyways. And no probes did go down, no adept did go down, and WZIU is dropping down the gateway number 2 and starting the warp gate over here. His tech building actually is going to be Stargate, and Choi actually is preparing a Bane bust right now. So he has Banelings Nest, he has Link Speed, and he has 6 Banelings coming up. Is that gonna be enough? I never believe that 6 Banelings are enough, but this time it definitely is going to be enough. And CodeineUser has only 1 adept right now outside of the gateways, and he is losing even more so. He's losing probes right now. There is chrono boosted oracle being made out. There is a shield battery going down over here. That shield battery in the wall didn't work. The probes are now surrounding the links to save the pylon of the Stargate. 8 of the probes have gone down, but the oracle is out. The pylon for the Stargate is actually going down, and it's 3 more probes added to the toll, and there comes more lanes which are tasked to kill this pylon off. There are no energy for the oracle, and the pylon in the wall has gone off, and GG's call, but Choigalaxy actually takes game number 1. I said we root for the underdog. Anyways, alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people from the cult, we are back with the best of 3, the round 1 of 2026, the 4th January 2026 Amateur League Tournament matchup between these two guys. And we started with the winner last time, and now we will start with a possible winner this time, and it's actually WZIU, also known as CodeineUser, playing Protoss here in orange colors on the left bottom corner of White Rabbit Ladder Edition, and he is facing I was saying he's underdog, but maybe he's not as underdoggy as it seems. Never underestimate him. It's Choigalaxy playing Zerg here in blue colors on the top right corner. Actually, there is no building, so that was a probe immediately scouting. I think there was a difference a little bit, which I didn't notice. The Choi did actually pull first the last time. So he had this as a pull first build, which I didn't pay attention to, but that's okay. It's a first game I've been casting in like half a month. Happens, my bad, sorry, my apologies. But that, nevertheless, that made the game as spicy as it could. And actually the building of choice here from the CodeineUser is actually Forge, and he is dropping Pylon and Pylon. And Pylon, he has successfully walled himself off from any interference here from Choigalaxy, I believe. There is no way you can get through. I believe only way you could get through is if you build maybe if you build a gas extractor and then try to cancel it and drop yourself down the other side. Choi didn't manage to cancel his natural, or he didn't plan to cancel his natural to build actually any spine crawlers for, or now he's not making any spine crawlers and he didn't cancel it, so he's not using it. But this is very dangerous thing because there are two cannons right now going upwards. He's in his natural and he actually chooses to go for lair. Meanwhile, Killer21, thank you very much for the following, much appreciate that. Hope you enjoy the tournament Sundays, the weekly Sundays and the monthly Sundays, which we are having here on the Sugar Code the Second Twitch. And if you do enjoy ladder more, then expect that to happen in Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays in completely different time, but you will see it once you follow. Or you can check out the schedule, which I should update because now it's like written in rock what's actually going to happen in nearest few weeks already. Anyways, Choigalaxy did lose his natural. He has finished his lair. The question is what he's going to do. I believe that might be Nidus play. At least that's what I think will happen. He has another queen, but he is supply blocked, and he indeed is building a Nidus. There is a Zealot here, there is a cannon, and there is a Cybernetics core. There is one pylon here and one pylon here. No, there is a Stargate now opening. There's only second pylon is now technically upstairs. The Protoss player doesn't need like multiple pylons because he has 3 of them here, but he trapped his own probe here, which means that technically he could have cancelled the pylon number 3 maybe. I don't know what was the difference between the times and then build the photon cannons. Maybe he could not, but he was playing really safe. And actually the WZIU is going for the +1 air weapons, and he is planning to do that. Meanwhile, Choi already has arrived in the other side of the map in the main base of the Protoss player, and he is making a Nidus Swarm, which has 2 queens and a lot of lings, the speed lings in the back of them. There comes the lings out, there comes the queens. The queen number is not actually big enough to deal with a void ray. The probe count is pretty good to be able to defend themselves, so that's not what the lings will manage to kill. But the main base and the pylon and upstairs also the gases are under the threat, under the zone. Choi is actually making another Nidus now next to the natural. He is also getting some drones out here, and he's making spores, which is pretty good to defend against the possible void rays. There's only one cannon still. For some reason, defending the shield batteries are holding the adept here in the wall, and the void ray also pretty much with a full battery, and the other void ray is coming out. Technically, I believe it's like 3 void rays from the CodeineUser or the Protoss player here, and he might be able even to out damage the spores. But we have to remember that Choigalaxy is pretty much all in from this position. He doesn't have any expansions, So if ZIU can actually get like expansion going or something like that, then that could be a game changer here, but I don't think he's going to do that. He has built one spine crawler on upstairs, he has 2 spores, 1 spine crawler, 3 queens, and a lot more lings joining in. There are 2 cannons now, all dependent on 1 pylon, which could be tried to snipe down, but I don't think that will be the focus here, but maybe it will, who knows. 1 more Nidus Swarm goes up, so yeah, the Choi has secured that there are no thirds without killing the Nidus Swarms possible for the Protoss player here, and yeah, Protoss is trying to snipe down the spores. Spores are being healed, the energy is being wasted here from the queens, the battery energy also is being wasted, so it's 3 Void Rays. Will the Protoss player make 4th? He actually kills the... he kills building in the wall. He might be thinking about going outside somewhere, but I don't think that is an idea. Technically, if... yeah, we can speculate what's gonna be the situation here. Choi is actually expecting something at home. He reloaded his lings into the Nidus Swarm and jumped back out in the home base. The Protoss is killing the Void Rays, and he is... there's actually Hydra then being built, which I didn't notice, but there is Hydras in the Nidus Swarm. How many of them? It's actually 2 Hydras, 1 more Queen, which is quite a big number, but there are 4 Void Rays, and with the Prismatic Alignment on, they are really, really strong, and no heal will be able to out-damage them, unfortunately. So all the Protoss player needs now is just some Zealots over here. And he has a couple of Adepts, and he might be planning to send them some over the map, maybe to harass the drones here, but I don't think that's a necessity. The Protoss were trying to expand to this, but there is a Nidus Swarm already there. He killed this head, so why he's not trying to expand here, I have no idea. But there is the 5th Void Ray joining in, and I think that will be like the nail in the coffin here for the Zerg player. There's only 1 pylon there still, so that's all the Zerg player needs to focus down, but unfortunately he does not have firepower. He has lost all the Hydras, lost the Queens, lost the Spores, and Protoss player takes game number 2. It was really good Nidus, I would say, but there was no transition out. And we are jumping into the deciders match, into game number 3 between these 2 guys, and see who is actually besting who. Alrighty then. We are back at the round 1 matchup between these 2 guys, and it's actually deciders match, the game 3 between Choigalaxy here, playing Zerg in the blue color pieces on the Winter Madness Ladder Edition, and on the left side he's facing a Protoss player, WZIU, also known as CodeineUser, who's playing orange pieces here on the left upper corner. Yes, as I said already, it's Winter Madness, which I already managed to mumble out that it's a little bit of advantages for the Protoss players, since the 3rd base is so far in a distance for Zerg, and it's triangular fashion, so, and there is choke here and choke here and choke here. It's like 3 chokes to access. Either the 3rd is really easy access from here, or if you are attacking as a Zerg to the natural, which is usually the soft spot for the Protoss players, then the natural is actually having a choke, which is really good for storms or for having concaves up on the ramp. Anyways, let's see. Well, looks like Choi is now opening with a standard kind of opener sort of way. He's going for the Nexus first, for the hatchery first, for expansion in the natural first, and then he's going for the spawning pool. Meanwhile, on the other side, the WZIU is actually going for pylon, gateway. So I will remind you that the first game, it was a pool first place from Choigalaxy, which went for a little Daneling bust, which was really hitting in much effective ways, and it was really specific and precise, and I'm super jealous, and I need to learn that kind of stuff. that attacks, because that was like surgery precision. Then again, I know that a lot of people will be expecting that from me, so yeah, I'm trying to surprise them usually by playing as crappy as possible, but that's me. Nevertheless, yeah. And then the second game was actually a cannon rush, which is, I haven't seen CodeineUser doing a cannon rush, so there you go. Anyways, Protoss player is opening actually a Stargate in the wall, which means that he might be going for like triple Void Ray aggression, which means Protoss players they're loving to have the tech building, the Stargate, as the third building, not the second gateway, but actually just going for Stargate, building 3 Void Rays, and then just shooting a lot of things all over the place. So they're killing all the vision with an overlords and going for the third base, which Zergs usually are having, but not for Choi maybe this time, because Choi looks like he has stopped droning and he is actually building a Roach Warren, which is almost finishing, and he has speed on the way, and there are 6 roaches. Interesting. So that's 7 drones here, that's 43 drones, no, that's how many, that's 25 workers, 7 drones in the natural. It's like 9 roach in a way. It's like 5 roach most likely, with the speedlings on the back of it, but there's going to be Void Ray number 1. CodeineUser actually is going for battery here, for shield battery, and he has Void Ray already out. He's showing them up and he's starting the Void Ray number 2. Technically the Void Ray can hold stuff, but how long? The pylon number 2 is arriving here. Shield battery number 2 is being dropped. The supply is being blocked here for CodeineUser or WZIU. He doesn't have the pylon number 2, which would unblock his supply, but he has Stalker. I guess he lost the other question mark. The roaches and the lings are focusing the Stargate, but there is the Void Ray number 2 out, and that suddenly shuts down the most of the pressure. Choi is choosing to turn some roaches or micro some roaches into Ravagers. There is a second gateway being dropped down, more units being pumped out. The Stalkers are really good choice, but yeah, looks like the attack has been held, the aggression has been held. Yep, the Stargate unfortunately was lost into the process. But there is 3 gateways here from the Zerg player, and WZIU actually is choosing to go for charge upgrades and explode in the gateways. Will Choigalaxy scout out this information? I doubt that. There are 2 Void Rays here flying around. There's actually Robo Bay, so that might be like 2 base all in from 7 gates with a charge from Warp Prism from the Protoss player here. What has the Zerg player offered for defense? He is not actually droning up, he's teching up right now. I believe that was a supply block a little bit. He freed it up by making 2 gases and making more drones. No, he is droning up. He's trying to drone up his natural. He's not going for third base though. He's actually pushing out with the speedlings to check for possible third, but surprise, surprise, there is no such thing as the third. I believe one of the pylons were just killed. Links in big mass are there. Happy New Year, Drupacha. Thank you for popping by. Much appreciate that. Hope you are having a nice Sunday and even nicer upcoming week. I wish all the best. Yep, there is actually Warp Prism being made. There is 8 gates. A lot of pylons drop down, no gas necessary for the Protoss player, so he can sustain a lot of zealots which are tasking only for minerals. So far looks like Choi is lacking quite a bit, like 11 workers on the minerals to be able to pump out roaches as much as he needs, or she, whoever, but he is actually droning, so many more drones joining in the fray. There's actually Hydrodane being built, which is quite an expensive advancement here for the Zerg, taking up quite an extensively, and also the Also, the evolution chamber has been made, and Choi is going for the roach speed, and he's going for the range upgrades. And meanwhile, he has a lot of zealots coming in for the attack, and I think that's gonna be one-way ticket for him, unfortunately. Me as a Zerg player, I know what this means. 5 Hydras is not gonna save you, my friend, in no way, shape or form, because charge lots are really strong against Lings and Hydras, which is the mostly what this army is consistent of. There actually Hydras are not out yet, there's only Roaches out, and that's not in the numbers. War Prism is making more of them, GG Skull, and CodeineUser, or as also known as WZIU, is taking game number 3. He wins his matchup, and he is going to play against me in the round number 2.